the mic, yeah, we bring the flame. Thursday nights, it's a vibe, y'all gon' know the name. C. Wells, Jamie G. Jerome, DJ 2. Facts and flavor mix, that's how the crew do. Catch us live, hit that like, don't be shy. Talking SWAC, y'all, with the jokes that fly. We ain't ducking no smoke, see us holding rank. Discussion, sharp enough to make a ship sink. We got stats, we got smack all rolled in one. SWAC talk like the smoke from a loaded gun. Y'all tune in every week, it's a new vibe. Opinions clash like titans, watch the sparks collide. Here for the teams, for the sports, for the jokes you need. Cut through the noise, watch SWAC Smoke's gonna lead. No fakes, no chill, bring the truth you seek. Every Thursday night, yeah, we running the streak. Catch us live, hit that like, don't be shy. Talking SWAC, y'all, with the jokes that fly. We ain't ducking no smoke, see us holding rank. Discussion, sharp enough to make a ship sink. From the court to the field, we dissect the play. Breaking down the wins and losses of the day. A different crew, but the unity's tight. Facts mixed with the laughs, got you feeling alright.
All right, everybody, what is going on? How y'all doing? Welcome to episode number 213 of SWAC Smoke. And this episode, man, we got a theme, man. We sometimes we have themes for certain episodes, and this one is stranger things have happened. So y'all gonna find out what that means as we move through the show. That got different meanings to everybody, and I know it got a certain meaning to my co-host, and it's got a certain meaning to me. Even though I didn't come up with it. But I came up with a meaning for myself right away. So first off, how's everybody doing, man? Good to see everybody, man. Shout out to my boy Christopher Dukes out there holding it down for them Jackson State Tigers. What's going on, man? Shout out to my man Emo out there. Hopefully I get to holler at you this weekend, my brother. Shout out to everybody out there. Also, man, just shout out to everybody, man, and keep doing your thing. Shout out to my boy JB out there holding it down for them Hornets. I had a good time on his show last night. And of course, I got my co-host over here, Mr. Jerome. What's going on with you? What's happening?
What's up, man? Good to be back here on SWAC Smoke. It's another week of SWAC football. I'm ready. I'm making the trip. You know, I said I wasn't doing it, but I'm doing it.
I knew you was.
Again.
I knew you was. I told my wife, I say, baby, I told her how you was Saturday. I say, you know, he said he ain't going to the game this weekend. She say, watch he change his mind just like you do. So you be talking all that crazy stuff. Then Wednesday you be like, well, I guess we'll go ahead and go. I know, brother. I know. I've been there, but I feel you and I salute you for that, man. Because it's hard that night after. You know, that night of, it's hard, man. You got to sleep on it. You know.
Yeah, I watched that show. I wasn't too bad. I watched it.
No, you was good, man. You was a lot better than I would have been at that game like that. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it's all right. But yeah, man, I'm ready. We got some good games to talk about this week. You know, I think the biggest matchup is Big Bama State going down to Baton Rouge to take on the Jaguars. I think that's gonna be a big game this weekend as far as the SWAC play goes. And then Alabama A&M got Alcorn coming into town. That's going to say a lot about some SWAC football. All the other games, you know, games fall into the stranger things have happened category.
And those probably going to be even more interesting. And we're going to talk about all of that. But, you know, of course, we got to look back a little bit. Yeah, it's big game. A lot of them big games in theory. You know what I'm saying? Some of these games don't really mean a lot once they get started. Shout out to my boy Blue out there, man, holding it down. Shout out to Crook. Shout out to Will Wallace out there. Hey, y'all, I know y'all gonna be going crazy tonight in the chat, so we're gonna be trying to keep our eye on what's going on. But I guess if we gonna move forward, we gotta look back a little bit. I know we did already on Saturday, but you know, we just gonna kind of breeze through some of this stuff that happened last week. I ain't gonna spend a lot of time on it because we more focused on moving forward. But just gonna run through the scores from last week, and you know, if you want to chime in anything, you know, we chime in or whatever. But first off, Thursday night games, Alcorn lost to Northwestern State 20-10. That was when they let get away. Gave up 20 points to a team that snapped the 20-game losing streak. I'm big on numbers, so that means a lot. You know what I'm saying, when you look at it in that fashion. But they defense played well. Offense just couldn't get out their own way. But it's onward and upward on that one. The game most people been talking about, Alabama State lost to UAB 52-42. Probably should have won that game. That was definitely a winnable game, and they let one slip. But we'll see how they respond. Friday night, the Wildcats dropped a 42-9 decision to Florida International and shotgun Willie. So he did what he do best, and that's beat up on Bethune. 3 field goals for the Wildcats. Hopefully that it don't get no easier for them as we move forward. Hampton dropped a 28-14 decision to Jackson State. Jackson State probably could have slammed the door on them a lot earlier, but Hampton didn't quite go away. But the Tigers were resilient and got the big win. And now they move forward. Pine Bluff lost 67-7 to Texas Tech, and I actually was watching this game before I came in here. It's even uglier than what the score looked like. Man, that game should not have been played, especially since Texas Tech spent like tons of money in the portal this year. Like they bought a team seriously, and they really Pablo couldn't even get punts off in the first quarter, so it was ugly right out the gate. Alabama A&M 52-7 lost to Arkansas. Again, Razorbacks running around social media like they beat the. I saw somebody say they acting like they beat 2019 LSU by winning this game. They talking all kind of noise like they just had the toughest game ever. But Bulldogs had a good first drive. After that, it was all Arkansas. Grambling beat up on Langston to no surprise. My boy Zay said had a big game, over 200 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Grambling held these boys at minus 32 yards rushing. I don't care who you playing. That's tremendous defense. Of course, Southern and Valley had a wang dang doodle, like my boy Reggie Flood say. Game was a lot closer than probably what it should have been. We fumbled 2 times, led to 8 points to keep the game close. Howard stole one from the Rattlers, and just not a pretty game at all. But Howard found a way to steal it at the end, and of course, the late night game that a lot of people probably either missed or, it ran long because of weather delay. Prairie View 22, TSU 21, and my mom told me my great nephew, his mama, she went to Prairie View. He became a super panther because he went to the game. He went to that game, and he talking all kind of noise. He 9 years old, I think, and he like talking super noise now because he loved Prairie View. So shout out to my boy A3, holding it down out there. He playing football now as a youngster, so I think he think he's gonna be a Panther in his later years. So he called my mama talking plenty noise about what they're gonna do to Southern when they play them. And so we got to kind of rein that in at some point, but I'm gonna let him have his fun right now.
JB,
what's up, JB? What's going on, man? But that's our week 1 action. You got anything you want to throw on there, Jerome, before we move forward?
Nope, I done watched it out. I ain't even. We gonna look at the tape in the off season.
Burn the tape, move on, huh?
Yeah, I was a witness. I was there. I ain't have to go back and look at the game. I was a witness.
Sometimes I still gotta watch it back though, because I miss a lot of stuff when the game going on, because I be hooting and hollering and all that stuff.
It wasn't a lot to see offensively. It wasn't a lot to see. So, but yeah, I'm ready for this week coming up.
Yeah, I think Valley left some points on the board, but you know, I mean, we left some points on the field too. I mean, you know, it was a game of missed opportunities. I think neither team was executed like they should have, but I still think we was in position to put the game away. They defensive back. That kid is gonna be a great player. Almost scored 2 touchdowns on fumbles, and I look forward to seeing Valley in action. Moving forward, they're gonna be a dangerous team. You know, once they kind of get their rhythm right. It was tough playing a team. You ain't got no tape on them. You don't know what they're gonna do, and they took advantage of it, man. They did what they wanted to do, and tried to make it happen. But moving on to week 2,
Valley.
Let's go ahead and start with the Delta Devils, man. They got a tough game this week on the road at Tarleton State. The Texans 2-0. They beat Army on Saturday, and they also beat Portland State to open up their season. They got a running back that's already almost over 300 yards on the season. They run the ball extremely well, and so it's going to be an interesting matchup. You know, I want to see how Valley come out and and try to make some things happen and continue to grow.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about when I was looking at Valley in this game, you know, is if they keep coming up short on them games like that and not winning, how long can that keep going on before, you know what I'm saying, your team start falling apart a little bit? At some point, they're gonna have to pull one of these games out. I haven't looked at their schedule to see who they play next, but I think they need to get a game early in the season to kind of build on the momentum that they have coming from. You know what I mean? Because going into a game like this could tear it all back down to nothing. You know what I mean?
But I kind of, you know, I kind of feel like they at least got good leadership, and you know, I mean, for the point that we at, I think Coach Buckley got a good idea of which way he wants his team to go, and like you say, it's gonna be tough to keep guys motivated if things not going right. But I think if you can at least show progress, I think that can get you a little bit of leeway, you know, because most of these guys are his guys since it's basically a new team. So I think it might be easier to keep those guys locked in than if it was a team of guys who were all out, you know, and he trying to get them to total buy-in. So I do think at some point, you know, like you say, with anybody, at some point the wins got to come. You can't just keep being close. You can't just keep almost doing it. You know, at some point, you know, if you want to build, you do have to win. So you know, I'm not throwing that kind of pressure on them right now. But once they get in the conference play, I do think I think they're gonna have to kind of start to make some things happen. You know, because you have to. I mean, that go for anybody. At some point, you have to. But I don't know really what to expect from them in this game because they still, to me, offensively, I you know, they threw a lot of stuff. They threw a lot of stuff at the wall in the first game. I don't know how much of that they're gonna continue to do, but it's kind of tough. But they do got some solid pieces though, man. They got some speed on the outside, and their quarterback, if they stay with Brown, he can be elusive, but they have to get a solid run game going because they didn't really have that other than him running the ball on scrambles. So I just look for them to hopefully come out and just continue to get better, you know, at game by game, you know, just improve.
So that fall into that stranger things.
Stranger Things, yeah. That's one of the Stranger Things games.
Right.
And shout out to my man Rick Body, man. What's going on, Rick, man? What's going on? I see y'all there. Man, it's going down. It's going down this weekend, man. It's going down. We ready. But so like I said, that's one of the Stranger Things games. I think a bunch of them are. Let's go ahead and get this one out the way. Grambling and Ohio State. I hate these kind of games. I don't hate money games per se, but I hate these kind of games because there's really nothing for you in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you playing against a team who is now number one. They defense smothered Texas. So I like I said, the only thing I think is maybe because they got so many young guys on offense. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't.
They play the
maybe
B
they don't.
team. You hope they play the B team.
Yeah, maybe they don't be so mentally focused. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of young guys on that offense. So maybe they you know they not 100% locked in coming out the Texas game. And you can kind of keep it a little tight, but like Coach Joseph say they was on one end of it last week, they're gonna be on the other end of this week. So when the coach say that, ain't nothing else I can say,
Right. That's why when you get your chance, you got to go ahead and take your swings at bet.
That's it, because
you got to run it up when you get your chance, because they ain't gonna have no sympathy on them. You already know that.
And this act. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, once they put them third string dudes in there, like I say, the B team, them the ones gonna be really trying to eat.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
When you get down to that depth chart and this dude that don't hardly play, they going for the throat. I remember one year Pine Bluff played South Dakota State, and South Dakota State put 90 points on them, and they had it was like 80 whatever to 6, I guess, and they put the fifth string quarterback in, and he called an RPO and threw the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like the coach, we did not tell him to do that, but the kid he wasn't gonna play no more, so he was like, I'm about to get my numbers. All in. So them the kind of guys you got to look out for. They not gonna get much action, so they're gonna be out there trying to shine because mama probably there. You know what I'm saying? And now I get to go out there, but it's a cool $1 million, man. So go ahead and take that money, man.
Yeah, my take on this game is I wish the world famed band was a little bit better, prepared. They ain't been kicking on their A game completely, in my opinion, but that's just little old me. But I would like to see a FAMU band, Jackson band, or Southern band go up there and compete against Ohio State band as opposed to Grambling. But I'm sure Grambling have a good show for them, and they'll be well received by the crowd, I think.
I just say, I just say you get up there, play hard, and get your money, play hard, and get ready for your next game. This reminds me a lot of Southern. In 2022, we played Florida Memorial the first weekend, and I think we put 80 points on the people. And the next week we played LSU. It like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's such a huge different swing in talent, you know what I'm saying? That you don't have no idea what your team really is. So our next game after that was Texas Southern, and we got shut out because we had, we didn't even play our starters past the first quarter in the first game. And then the second game, you got a mismatch of dudes because, it's an overmatch game, and now you playing a conference game the next week, and you just don't have no clue how good or bad your team is. We were thinking we was all that, but we really wasn't. So I don't like them huge swings in matchups like that because it don't give you a true idea of who you are. But like I say, if you're into that kind of stuff, game on Big Ten Network at 2:30. So if you want to watch any of it, feel free.
Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened, but this is extremely strange right here. This would be extremely, extremely strange if this one was to happen. They could pull this victory off, but I don't see Grambling football. Hopefully, they get 7 points.
That's all, man. Just get you some points and go from now. But and like the comment said, man, this might be one of the times that the band matchup ain't assured. Ohio State, they come with it too now. So this ain't this ain't one of them. I don't think this one of them games where the other band's gonna sit on the sideline and watch you. They gonna want to get out there and get it in too. So it's gonna be a battle all day. So I used to like that when we play like Northwestern or somebody, man. They band just sit on the side and don't even bring no instruments in the game.
You the whole damn time.
Watch, yeah. No, they didn't bring instruments. They just come in, and sit down and watch.
No, not that one right there.
Oh no, they coming for it. You better believe it. They coming for it. So next we're gonna stick with these FBS matchups.
-6. That might be their rushing yards, -6. That might be the rushing total.
Hey, I hope they can score more than -6, but we'll see. like I said, man, I just don't like anybody being in these kind of games, man. Because a G4 team or whatever the G5, whatever they call it now, when them teams are a real low level P4 team, I'm fine with them kind of games, man. You got a better chance than not, but against a team like this, that's they just like I said, the score didn't look as bad as the game did, but they embarrassed Texas. And so, the way they turn the whole country on Arch Manning is crazy.
It's
so
crazy.
That if I'm Gremlin, I might just run the ball the whole game just to keep my quarterback safe. You know what I'm saying?
X for the running clock.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Hey, let's just play this thing out and get out of here. Run me my money and let's go. But next we got Texas Southern going to Cal to play the Golden Bears. Cal they got a freshman quarterback that had a big game against Oregon State. Threw for 234 and 3 touchdowns. I am not gonna try to pronounce his name. I tried the other night and I butchered it heavily. But kid, I think he ran for about 50 yards too. So seemed like he might be kind of a dual threat guy. This is a tough game to come into off of a loss like you had last week. I don't know if y'all watched
kick you while you're down game. Kick you
while
you're down.
It is, man. Because if you come in there feeling down about yourself, they probably really gonna try to waylay you. And Cal, they one of the teams that don't typically do a lot. So if they get a game like this, they're gonna try to make it happen.
Is the band going?
I don't know, man. If any of my TSU people out there, the Ocean making the trip out there, but I don't know how many of y'all watch or listen to the coaches teleconference on Monday, but the energy that Coach Dishman had Monday was not like he had last week.
That was his pink scooter game.
It was. It was. He was quiet, man. He was like,
pink scooter game.
Hey, your boy get a whooping and come back outside. He don't want to talk no more. Man, what happened? Man, don't even worry about it.
They always trying so.
He was. They actually explained the last play. He's like, well, an 18-year-old kid, he lined up in the wrong place.
He wasn't lying.
Oh man. So that's one of the things, man. When you talk, man, you got to be able to bounce back from it because you never know what's gonna happen. But this is a tough game to play off of that game because, like I said, your guys got to be locked in again, and that's a tough loss. I don't care how they take it. That's a tough loss. So hopefully they don't. Hopefully they can again come out and get some offense going and try to put some points on the board and get back to Texas because that's just a tough follow up to that game, man. Next up we got Bethune-Cookman taking on the U. Miami coming off of a big victory over Notre Dame Hurricanes, number 5 in the country right now. I don't think
another trip back down to Miami. Yes. They get to go back down to Miami again.
Down there.
2 weekends in a row. But it ain't gonna be good for them.
Yeah, and this one's gonna be worse because Miami got a super senior quarterback that's gonna read the hell out of that defense. And I don't know how long Coach Woody gonna be able to hold on, man. It's only I don't punish a team for playing a certain way against the FBS team, but they I think they had some flashes in that game Friday, but not enough, So I don't know where they go from now.
It's cozy seat getting a little warm.
Hey, we're gonna get there in a second. We're gonna get there in a second. Hold your response, Jerome. We're gonna get there in a second.
All right.
You got it. You got anything you need to say about Bethune, man? Because I like I say, They
My
playing.
wife got season tickets. She
She got
going.
season tickets. She going.
Yeah, yeah, she going. She going.
So you going to one? She going to the other?
Yep. Old school. Yep. Only game she going to is homecoming, family homecoming. She ain't gonna miss that. And then she talking about she might come to the Jackson game, but that's it.
But y'all youngsters not going separate ways.
No, they got some good games coming down there. They got good teams coming down.
Oh yeah,
Y'all
they got good. They got good matchups this year, man. So before we let you touch on them family comments, man, I got a little something to put out here.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and play that for them. This for all my family rattlers out there. All the rest of y'all.
Hallelujah.
Gotta be encouraged.
You gotta be encouraged, baby. No matter what's going on, he'll make it all right. That's right.
The flow is
That's
yours.
for all my rattlers out there.
The flow is yours.
Strike again. And this game going into the stranger things has happened category. We go down to FAU. I'm hoping the defense come out there and play like we did last week. I don't know what's gonna happen at the quarterback situation, but you know, I didn't tell the complete honest truth. I did peep at a couple plays on the game this past weekend. And
the longer we go, the more it come out. I know you did.
And I was encouraged by the fact that we had guys running wide open on the offense. So that's why I was encouraged by that, because it lets me know that we can scheme things up and get people open. We just got to execute. So that's why I want all my rattlers out there to be encouraged. And don't worry, things gonna be all right.
They say y'all in shambles, man.
Hey, I don't see what the shambles at. I don't see the shambles.
All I want, man, is more pick bad Thad Franklin, man. Every time the man ran the ball, I'm glad I was watching the game by myself, because every time he ran the ball, that's what I said in my house.
You hit the ball to big bad Thad.
Every time he ran the ball, I yelled big bad Thad. I'm so glad I was by myself.
Hey, I appreciate them running with the big bad Thad, but I wanna hit that wheel route. I want to hit that seam route, and we talking about a different ball game. That's what I want to do. I want to hit them two plays, and we got a different ball game. Even with all the other stuff that went on, you know, the block field goal and all that kind of stuff. You know, but that's football. You got to execute on every play, and it can't come down to one play. It ain't just one play, but then one plays can make a difference. And had we scored, because on both of them plays, the guys was, you know, kind of out there in green grass by themselves. Unless they dropped the ball or tripped on the turf monster, they was gonna score. And that could have changed the momentum for the whole game. So I'm encouraged by seeing that right there. Now, this weekend, if it was me and it was my dynasty on College Football 25, I would play all of my quarterbacks this weekend. I'll let all of them get some burn. All three of them.
And I mean, you know, in that aspect, you can't hurt nothing. I play 4 quarterbacks if I got to.
Right.
Every down.
Because, you know, we just need to get ready for SWAC play at this point. We you know, that's what we need to do. And I'm rooting for Howard to go ahead and run through the MEAC so it don't look so bad. But, you know, I ain't too confident that that's going to happen. But, you know, that's neither here nor there now. That's behind me. So I can't do nothing but look forward.
Well, let me ask you this, though. Do you, Coach Coley basically say that Johnson going to be the guy moving forward regardless, at least, you know, for now? Do you play somebody else in this game if he don't look sharp? Are you just riding out because of the FBS game?
I just told you I would play somebody else. I would play somebody else. You know, if that's gonna be my guy, I give him the start. You know, as long as the game is in control and within reach, then he can stay out there. But if the game gets out of hand, then I'm gonna run the other guy out and just let him get some playing time. You know, but like I say, that's me and playing video games. It's different in real life.
Oh yeah, you can do what you
But
want.
that's what I would do. And now I'm just talking noise when I say run all three of them out there. But I would definitely run two of them.
I'm from Southern. I mean that literally.
That's just me though, you know. So, but I'm here for it, and I'm Rattler Nation. We supporting the Rattler football program, you know. So it's too early to panic and fall all off the bandwagon and stuff. You know, I remember Willie Simmons' first game of the year. We went to Central Florida, boy. They had that little aluminum stadium rocket, man.
The bounce house. I hate
you
that
remember
stadium,
that?
man.
They beat FAMU probably by 60. They was ranked in the nation then at that time. But that was Willie Simmons and one of them teams that went on to do well, you know. But that particular game, it didn't look like we had nothing, you know. So I'm hoping that you know, that was our situation last weekend, and I hope we step up big, you know.
Well, you know the cliche, you know, you improve more between your first and second game than any other time of the year. So we'll find out, you know. And I mean, you know, that was, you know, you gotta, you know, I know a lot of people.
I don't believe that cliche.
I didn't say
Not when you playing, not when you playing somebody playing up like this. I don't, you know, I really don't see how you're gonna do that much improvement, you know.
But you know what you saying? Stranger things, man. Stranger things. Who knows? But
I don't know.
I do think, you know, I'm a big believer in experience. So I was kind of surprised that they went with the guy with no experience. Oh, even though Petty is a JUCO kid, that's still football experience on the college level. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I kind of was surprised, but I'm not at practice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not a practice player. I don't know. You know, some guys not practice players. Maybe he didn't pick up the offense the way they wanted to. But you know, I was kind of surprised for a game like that you would run out a kid that hadn't played at all. But you know,
I'm gonna put all of it. I'm gonna lean more on my offensive line. I want my offensive line to do a little better. Yeah, I want to be able to, if we inside the 5-yard line, I want to be able to fall on in there for a touchdown.
Yeah, you have to.
You know, I'm a little guy, but I'm a lean on them big boys up front. They got to do better for me and make my quarterback comfortable.
I think you built for that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not necessarily a ground and pound team, but you got big backs and you got a good offensive line. So you should definitely be able to punch it in. You know what I'm saying? If you dedicate yourself to running the ball on short yardage. You know, you got a dude that should be able to fall forward for a couple yards at most, because, you know, I mean, he a big back. So that's what big backs should be for. I really was blinded by the way I watched my team play, and we run the ball 100 million times. So I really was expecting FAMU to run the ball a little bit more, but that's not what they do. So, you know, I got to temper my mentality more toward maybe being a little bit more balanced, but I still think you got to run the ball. That, you know, that has to happen. You can't be just super pass happy, especially with a young dude. That's asking a lot from him. But, you know, like I said, you get this game, and then I think you got Albany State next week. So we
ain't
we'll
worried
see
about. We worry about FAU. That's all we
one game
worry
at a
about.
time.
Yeah, that's all we worry about. We putting in work. Let's go on. Well, I don't want to talk about the Rattlers. We gonna show y'all.
No,
We
no
gonna
more
show
talking.
y'all. Yeah, we'll show you.
All right, well, we're gonna move on from that game, and we'll go to let's go Arkansas Pine Bluff and Central Arkansas. Both these teams got beat down on Saturday. Although I think UCA had a little bit more competitive game early against Missouri. But
I got a
they
question
ultimately
mark next to this game because I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know nothing about Central Arkansas.
yeah, I hadn't really I didn't watch any of that game. I think it was Thursday night game. I didn't really watch any of that game, but I know they've been a solid team these last few years. They did lose some very, very good players from last season, but I Pine Bluff still got a ton of questions. So we'll see. The one thing I do hope Pine Bluff do when they show up to this game is have logos on their helmets, man. That high school jamboree week 0 shit, that shit look horrible in college, man. Why you ain't got no logos on your helmet? I know there's a little thing, but when I know you got them, why you don't have them on there, man? That's what your high school doing in the jamboree, man. You come out there with no logos on it.
You gotta earn it back.
Hey, y'all want to see a prime example of how people view Southern above everybody else? Do y'all want to see?
Yes.
You see this? We should be D2. We got one championship in 30 years, which is
not a blue blood.
Not true, but it don't matter. I mean, we're not the only person in a drought. Everybody damn near in a drought. But Southern, the only one that people be concerned about, man. I know y'all have higher hopes for us than we do. So hopefully we can rectify this and get back to the level y'all used to us being on, so y'all can be happy. Because I know if anybody else team ain't doing nothing, I don't even really care. So I'm glad y'all concerned with how long it's been since we won a championship. So keep track, man. Just keep track. I'm just glad y'all finally, was able to snap our losing streak, and we'll snap it and get back on it. So I just like that everybody loves Southern so much, man. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, them cats spread the love around. They watch everybody.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised they even think about Southern right now with all them purple and gold people on their head.
They got a good game coming up.
You talk about the most ridiculous beef heard you in Jackson State. Oh man, them two is like they.
We might well go to Jackson and Southern Miss.
All right, yeah, let's go there, man. Because I'm gonna heap praise on them, even though they don't like us. I'm gonna heap some praise on them, man. I think they got a really good team, and I think they got a good chance in this game. Southern Miss looked okay against Mississippi State, but they wore down late. I still think Jackson State got a chance in this game, man. It's gonna take some work, but I think this could be a game that they could get.
I'm pulling for Jackson to win it, but the reason I don't want them to win because you'll never hear them. They'll never be quiet about it. You know what I'm saying? They won't just take it in stride. They'll just keep telling us and telling us and telling us and telling us. But this going to the stranger things can happen category as well, right here.
Certain times I make exceptions for that, and this is one of them times. You know what I'm saying? If they do it, I'm gonna give them grace, man. They can have it. You know what I'm saying? They can talk all the talk because they did something that none of us do. So if it comes to that, then I'm gonna put my bias on the side for them, at least for the time being. But I still think that they're gonna have to battle some extra people on their field Saturday if things get close. But like I said, I think they got a chance though, man. Like I said, I'm not even gonna, I'm not gonna sit here and act like they don't.
No slack in the SWAC.
Man, you see how they are. I'm giving them credit and praise, and he over here talking about balance. struggling valley. Man, take your praise and move, bro.
He don't want no praise from you.
No, they don't want no praise, man. They want you to beef with them, man. They want you to beef for them. They like a girlfriend, man, that gotta constantly keep bringing stuff up no matter what. It's like you do something good and you keep talking to her and she keep talking about the other stuff, man. Let that go for now. Take your praise.
He don't want that. He don't want no praise from you.
No, they don't, man. But see, I ain't gonna stoop to no level and be like, well, Southern Miss gonna beat y'all by 90. No, I still think y'all gonna win. I know y'all love us. Y'all just trying to play like the little fifth grade kid that hit on people because they love us. Hey, I know you love us.
I don't think they're gonna win, but I would like for them to win. I want them to win. I want us to win, and SWAC, represent for the SWAC, and for the whole conference. I mean, them about the 2 FBS games. I think we got a chance of winning. All the other ones.
Oh, everybody else ain't got no chance on it, man. and I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all because that's what we do here. All this talking positive about Jackson State, man, I'm breaking out in hives, bro. Like it's hard for me to do that, but I give y'all the grace that y'all earn, man. Y'all defending champs. Y'all got a really good team, and I hope y'all, I really hope y'all go down there and beat them people because them people been talking plenty trash. You know what I'm saying? Like let me go on one more soapbox before we move forward. I hate playing. You know why I hate playing PWIs, bro? You wanna know why?
Why?
Because the week you play them is the week they try to all they black people to talk to you. We played LSU. Every black person that went to LSU come out all of a sudden now they want to start talking trash to Southern. Like, man, what?
And the other time they got on a Southern shirt.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they sitting right next to you in the stadium, but then the next week they got the LSU stuff on talking about how your school is raggedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, come on, man. Like,
right.
You drove in the same car here. Like, who are you trying to fool?
That's FSU and FAMU. That's why they separate from each other for the most part.
And Southern Miss rolled out all the black people this week to talk trash to Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? So like, I would love to see them boys get beat, man. Like I said, I can mute everybody on social media for a week and let y'all win and have y'all fun. But like I said, I think Jackson State got a good chance in this game, man. If they play clean and Morgan can be consistent and that running game do what it did Saturday, if they could get anywhere close to that, I think they got a legitimate chance. So like I say, I wish them the best, and that's gonna probably be the last time I say that about y'all. But
Black Alumni Weekend.
It is, man. You know, they'll say it'd be Black Student Union weekend when you come to town, man. Like,
hilarious.
them boys be having everybody out there, man. They make up groups to come out there.
Y'all crazy, man.
They be busting out the John Singer Film Club to come out there and talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, they want every black man on deck. Come out here and hold it down.
Y'all crazy.
Hey,
C. Wells. So I looked at the Prairie View game, right? And I'm like, who is this team? I ain't seen nothing but a bunch of initials, man. I'm like, UTRGV. That's University of Texas.
Rio Grande Valley.
Rio Grande Valley. I ain't take the time to look them up, so I picked Prairie View to kick their ass.
Yeah, I think I like I say, I seen people have them be a favorite over Prairie View, and I'm like, they just started playing football. And so I'm like, that's wildly disrespectful. You know, I know TV is like the little brother running around here talking about the noise to everybody, but I don't see how this team is better than Prairie View at this point.
Coach Jackson gonna out coach them cats, if nothing else.
He got some grass he gonna give them too. So like I said, I don't know enough about these dudes. You know what I'm saying? I think they had a big. I think they won their first game in a blowout. And so they feeling themselves a little bit, but I think PV gonna take care of business in this one. You know, that like I said, they just You know what they remind me of? Remember when USL started their football team and they thought they was hot shit?
Yeah.
Because they were beating up on anybody's.
Yeah.
So I kind of got that feeling about this team, and I think they gonna want to grow this program to a bigger level. But I think
PV got to beat them down.
yeah, they got
beat
to,
it out.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've
PV gotta
been.
beat 'em down.
I've been reading a couple articles on their program, and they've been invested in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a big deal for them because, like, you know, they in an area that don't really have any college football around. I think the closest school to them is like 100 miles away, and so they, you know, that area of the state don't really got college football. So they really focus on this being their thing. So of course they're gonna come out trying to flex muscle,
Whole
but
community.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I think this is I don't want to say it's a big game, but I think it's a game that PV need to win because it's a non-conference game, and we, some of us can win them games, and Prairie View win them. So I think they can go out, and if they can beat these guys and kind of get themselves on a winning streak, that'll be a big deal for them. But
right,
I don't I don't know enough about that team, man. Like I say, they got too many initials in their name to begin with, so I'm gonna leave it at that. We got a couple games left, so I guess we'll go ahead and talk about Southern now, man. Even though everybody already done talked about it, I just want to, man. Honestly, I just want to be able to stay on the field with these boys. I mean, everybody know how bad we are. Everybody know how raggedy our stadium is. Everybody know how poor our fans are. Everybody know how bad our coaches are. Everybody know how poorly constructed our uniforms are. Everybody know how we got a new field. That's like the only thing we got that's good right now. Our scoreboard is bad. We only got one locker room. Everybody know how bad we are. Everybody know how good Bama State is. They beat UAB by 10 points, right? They beat them by 10, right?
No, they didn't.
They didn't win that game? But they won that game. So they gonna come into Baton Rouge and we're gonna be lucky to score -6 points. So I just want to be able to keep I'm gonna call Coach Graves myself on Saturday morning and be like, look, man, just run the ball, take the air out the ball,
just keep it close,
run it all night, keep it close. Man, let's lose 63 to 8 and go home. You know what I'm saying? Let's treat this like nickels, man. Let's just score a couple touchdowns and go home. So we ain't really got no chance. Everybody already said that, and I'm not gonna fool myself into thinking we do. I'm just glad to be going in the month of a football game in person for the first time in over a year. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of my Bama State people, man, and just having a good time. And that's that.
This the band matchup of the weekend right here.
We're gonna win that. We a band school.
I ain't gonna just give y'all that. I ain't gonna just give y'all that either, man.
We gonna slaughter them. We only care about the band. We gonna slaughter them. And if they bring their soccer team, we gonna whoop them too.
This gonna be the Stingettes versus the Dancing Dolls, and then they gonna bring in their secret weapon.
Oh, they're gonna bring in the honeybees. It's gonna be a rock.
It's gonna be a big band matchup this weekend too. So I think that's the best band matchup we're gonna see, other than Ohio State and Grambling.
They like I said, it's been a couple years since I've seen their band personally, so I'm not gonna throw no real shade at them. But I will say the last time I saw them, man, they had an announcer that was screaming over the mic, and I was like, bro, you don't really need to do that. You got a microphone, you don't have to scream into it. So hopefully he don't do that. But like I said, I'm looking forward to the game. I think we might be able to put 11 guys on both sides that can play a little bit of football, but we right now, we the worst team ever in college football. We the worst SWAC team that anybody ever seen. We worse than them 0-88 Prairie View teams. I mean, let everybody say it. We don't belong on the football field, so we're gonna just try our best to play some confident football. We like the bad news bears, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna try our best to play a good game.
You going live Saturday night? Saturday night live?
it depends on what time I get home, man. Like I said, I don't know. I should, you know, if I get home at a decent time and we don't get beat bad enough, I'll be live. Now if we get beat the way everybody say we is, I might pop my face on him for about 15 minutes, you know, so everybody can get their shit off. But I most likely will though, man. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure, but I lean into yes right now.
Well, I hate to say it. I'm rolling with Bama State in this game too. I got to go with Bama State, just because their offense look good. I still got question marks on their defense, which sound kind of funny. And you know, with y'all question marks at quarterback, now y'all can't line up and run the ball because Bama State defense was upset. You know, they was giving up some running yards, so you know it could be interesting.
And I mean, you know, if y'all want my honest opinion, honestly, like I say, Bama State is favored to win the game. They played a better offensive game than we have. We ain't been consistent, but like you said, we can run the ball. We can't consistently throw it. Our defense been up and down, but we have to have the game a certain way to win it. If it become an up and down game, then we don't really stand a chance legitimately. I think it'll be a closer game than a lot of people think because of the fact that we can run the ball, but we have to convert and we have to force turnovers. We can't drop all them interceptions. If we do that and we fumble the ball like we did and we kind of have lapses and all of that stuff, we're not going to be in the game. If you know what I'm saying? But I think we're going to play a lot better than a lot of people think we will because I don't think we're as bad as a lot of people think we are. I'm not saying we're a good team, but we're not as bad as a lot of people think we are. Because like I said, you listen to some of these people talk, you think we was like, we was worse than the worst team you could think of. But we got some talent. We just got to learn. We just got to put it together. You know, we just ain't played a good game of football. And if anybody know, strange things happen when you walk through them gates in Mumford sometime. So I'm hoping for some Mumford magic and you know some of them crazy bounces and you know maybe a couple of them crazy flags that people say we get. Even though I don't think we get the calls that we get at home that people think we do. But you know, if we can get a little bit of that extra help and see where we stand, you know, hey, I'm happy, man. I if we can keep it within 10 points legitimately, I'm happy, man.
I hope we get the light show and everything. I want this to be one of them epic Black College games right here. I hope we keep one of them.
We mandatory obligated to do that. Now I don't know what the response to it is gonna be, but we mandatory obligated to do that at the end of the third quarter. So there will be a light show. I don't know what kind of response we gonna get. There probably never be another response like the first time we did it. So that probably ain't never gonna ever be repeated, man.
I want it back. I want to see all of that.
Well, hey, when y'all come to Mumford, y'all bring that energy and we'll bring the lights again.
All right.
But
I see you in a couple of weeks. It ain't far off.
Oh no, it ain't far off at all. So we'll see. Like I said, we'll see what happens, man. Strange things can happen in that stadium. I'm just gonna say that, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Not scared. Man, scoreboard. Talking about FAMU was scared.
I know the people around me was scared. Everybody was like, "Man, what they about to fight?"
Oh man, we ain't never scared. Y'all know we ain't never scared. Shoot.
But we got one last game to cover, man, before we get up out of here. This is another game I have no clue, man. Like I don't know. I don't know what either one of these teams gonna be able to do. Man, I'm about to end the stream, man. Somebody over here talking about some fly, eagle fly, man. No, come on, man. No, we Jaguars, man. We supposed to be cool, man. I don't want no Eagles talk tonight. It's all about the Cowboys, man.
We do have lights. We do have lights, Edwin. Man, I know they ain't talking about the Cowboys. I ain't even worried about that. That's gonna be good. I can't wait to go to work tomorrow. Because everybody, they was all over me today. Oh, the Cowboys play tonight. The Cowboys, what y'all gonna do? What you gonna do?
I know we play tonight.
Ain't no Michael Parsons. Da-da-da-da-dee. Like, bro, don't worry about it.
We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. But Like
I
I said,
got
this last
Alabama A&M winning those.
Alabama,
Wells.
you think so? I think I got them winning a close game, man. But I think it could go either way. But Alcorn got to play better offensively. They threw 2 interceptions in the red zone in the last game. They had a snap over the punter head, so they had to play a cleaner game. But I don't know nothing about Alabama A&M, honestly. Oh, we definitely at odds, man. You know that boy Eagles fan to death. I can't deal with him today. I might not even talk to him this weekend, depending on how the game turn out. But yeah, I got the Bulldogs in this one, man. I think it'll be close though. But I think I got the Bulldogs in this one.
Well, they're at home. Alabama A&M at home. So, and you know, that's what I'm giving them the nod. And then Alcorn just didn't look good last week.
Yeah, they looked rough last week.
They couldn't catch when it did get to them, and when they was open, they couldn't hit them. You know, quarterback playing the SWAC has been kind of whack, except for one person.
I say 1.5.
The dude at Prairie View been doing.
He had a good
some
game.
plays. Yeah, he made some plays.
I say 2.5, man, because I know y'all don't like Jacoby and Morgan, but I still like that dude. I think he had an up and down game Saturday, but he can make the plays when he needs to. He's just got to get that consistency. But it's not a lot of good quarterbacks in the league right now. It's ugly right now. So hopefully by mid-season, some guys start to take some good steps and we get some better quarterback play. That'll make a lot of this stuff look better.
Yes,
if teams have better quarterback play.
Yeah. I wanna ask Jackson State how they ain't have but 13,000 people there. That's since we got questions. That's one of my questions.
Man, it was hot as hell. You know the people, man. You ever been in the vet in the afternoon, man? Everyone like sitting in the oven. Ain't nobody going.
It don't matter. They support their fans. They was laughing at the 100 for getting out the heat when we was in Miami. You know, we was soft. Nah, they ain't had but 13,000 people in there. Look like big old building. Man, I don't know. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting more. I've been hearing them on other shows. They've been talking about it was a holiday weekend. Shoot, I think the Battle of the Band had more people than the football game the day after. That looked like it was a bigger crowd at that. I don't know though. I'm here in Tampa, but I'm curious. Because it was Hampton. It's Jackson State. What Hampton got to do with it? They always put it on somebody else. That's y'all home stadium. Cause it was Hampton. So you got to have a big school to fill it up. Y'all only come to the big game. What's gonna happen when Tuskegee come there next week? How many people gonna be there for that one? Oh, now he answered my question. Man, I know you can elaborate. Oh, it was more than 13,000 there. Okay.
Hey, they do notoriously undercount at their stadium now. I will say that they will. I believe
that. I believe that now, co-pilot. I can believe that because if you got them little ticket scanner things, at some point they be just like going on by. Especially if it get crowded and the internet be jacking up. So I can believe you on that right there, co-pilot. Now that's a great damn answer. Not because it's Hampton.
And then the people on the gates of the vet, they very lenient, man. They'll let you roll through. Oh, okay, so it'd be like the Gestapo, boy. Yeah, they don't care if the scanner ain't working. You are not getting in. You gonna stand there till it works. They don't care how much the game you miss. You ain't getting in.
Yeah, I think that's the person that has happened at FAMU like a couple seasons ago. That line was backing up, and they just started like go.
I wish, man. You could have two
What's
people
up,
in the line, man. What's going on, Sarah, man? Glad to still have you in here, man. We know you. Hey, we just glad you was able to make it through. But
Just
like
to
I
let
say,
you know, I'm pulling for y'all this week against Southern Miss. I just want you to know that, Cedric. But I don't want y'all to win. But I'm pulling for y'all.
what does that mean?
I told you earlier, if they win, it will never hit the end of it.
No. I know that part. I'm saying, how do you pull for somebody, but you don't want them to win?
I'm torn.
You want them to play close?
I want them to win for the SWAC, for real. I do want that, but I don't want them to win because they ain't gonna be. You hear that forever, ever, and ever. But yeah, I got it. It's about time for me to get amped up for these Cowboys.
Yeah, it's about that time, man. Oh, one more thing before we get out of here, man. Have y'all watched any of that any of that Dallas Cowboys documentary on Netflix? I've been rolling.
Yeah, I've been watching it.
I've been rolling watching Jerry Jones tear that team up, man. It made me want to cry, man.
And can't say stop lying, Jerome. Oh man.
But that's gonna do it for the night, man. I thank y'all for bringing the energy tonight, man. I've been having a rough week, man. I got a lot of stuff going on in my day-to-day life, man. And I thank y'all for these laughs, man, because y'all make this show a whole lot better. So I definitely appreciate y'all for coming through, man, and bringing the energy. And we go, like I said, man, we're gonna aim to go live Saturday night. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm leaning that way. So just keep a
If
lookout.
family win, I'm coming on by myself, and I want all of y'all to be here.
If fam, you win, I'm coming on anyway, because I gotta. We win in the SWAC with FBS game, man. I gotta come on regardless of how bad we get beat. If we get beat 72-10, I gotta come on because the SWAC won an FBS game.
All right.
If we lose by a score better than 49-3, I'm here. So long as we don't give them 50 points, I'm here. We lose by more than 50 points, I'm not here. If we lose by 35, I'm here. But
I ain't planning on losing.
hey, I like that. I mean, but y'all not playing the Philadelphia Eagles, though. We are. So,
Y'all got a tough game, man.
we do, man. We got a legit tough game, man. We got to get better, man. We got to get better and start pulling our weight so people can actually think we got a real football team and not a JV team. So hopefully, man, we can come out here and put some things together and play some good football. But with that being said, man, we're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here. Like I said, we thank y'all for tuning in and y'all being really active in the chat, man. We thank y'all for holding it down. And we'll catch y'all for show Thursday, maybe Saturday. And we out of here.
Be encouraged, Rattlers. Be encouraged.
Words of wisdom from Rattler Mania himself.